Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new toy hunting video. It's currently the beginning of November, so 2024 still. You are probably watching this way in 2025, but currently it is still the time before I do my real flea market hiatus break during the winter. And today for the last time in this year, the flea market in Karlshorst was happening, and bee stuff was also happening, but I was debating on should I just do one or both, and doing both is actually quite a lot, and so I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna do Karlshorst because bee stuff is still happening more weeks this year. So, and this is the last time until I don't know, mid or end of April 2025. So it's quite a long time that this flea market is not happening. So I decided, yep, gonna check this out. But it's actually Sunday. It would have been better if I would have gone there Saturday, but Saturday I was not in Berlin, so it was just a Sunday. But I think I have still a quite nice small haul. Let's start. Now here my microphone wasn't really tucked in, so you don't have any surrounding sound from the flea market. So I'm doing a little bit of a voiceover here, but you see, this was still the same booth. I hadn't bought any of the dolls yet. I just walked around and found these crazy styling heads. You can see it, they're my scene styling heads, and they're actually both the same one. And there's more toys. And you saw it, I found these two Ken dolls. I was definitely hoping there would be some more Barbies, but most of the other toys, there were these, random carded, I don't know, rag toys. There's a Barbie horse, that's I think Blizzard, or from the Ski Fun line. So there are some parts of, Barbie things. But it's the Sunday, so the Saturday the flea market was already happening, so maybe all of the other Barbie stuff is already gone, but you never know. I see one more Barbie item, a car. I mean, with Barbie cars, I sometimes don't even know if it's really Barbie, but this one said Barbie, so I'm assuming this is a Ferrari from Mattel for the Barbie line. But cars, I'm just not interested now. Even though it's Barbie, I'm not gonna pick up any cars. More of these weird carded, rag toys. And yeah, it's autumn. It was autumn back then. I'm recording the audio here, obviously, now in summer of 2025. But you have to excuse, I'm way behind with the, general flea market videos. Yeah, the first thing I actually picked up, or the first thing that I actually saw looking out like of one of those like boxes was this guy. And then I saw there's another guy. Yep, no Barbies, which makes me believe, pretty sure someone has scooped them up already on Saturday. And there were some other reminiscence of, there was also a big Barbie, a Ferrari from '86, a white one. I didn't know it was released in white, I just knew the red one, but I have absolutely no space for a Barbie car, and I also don't know if anyone's really interested in those really realistic looking Barbie cars, so I definitely left this one. Would have also probably not been cheap. And there was also this Barbie horse from the not winter sport, from the ski fun line. Don't know what the horse is called, you know, the gray one that has even the belts inside. And so my guess is that on Saturday there were probably more and better dolls, but someone has already picked them up. And all that was left were these two Kens, but, well, this is not a Ken. That's why I was actually pretty excited that I found this one. This is Derek from Barbie and the Rockers. Yeah, first wave. His outfit looks kind of convincing, but the jacket actually is not from him. But it is an original Ken jacket. I think it's also from a dinner date fashion, I think. So I will definitely leave this on him because Derek actually wears a pink jacket, but not just pink, but with some more patterns, a little lighter with some darker patterns, etc. But this outfit underneath here, this is his original suit, minus, so missing this dark pink purpley belt situation, or like a I think in English it's also just cummerbund. That's missing, but yeah, trousers and this belongs together. This used to be this material with, you know, the fake leather, but it has almost all has flaked off. There's still just a tiny bit left here, which I will put this in a washing machine, and then also this will be gone. And yeah, he's also missing his like socks that are in the same color, so this lime green, same as his shirt. So that's also missing. A couple of pieces missing, but interesting to have him. So when Barbie and the Rockers in 1986, oh well, it's the box date is 85, but the dolls were more in stores in 86, I think. When the first wave was released, there was no Ken. I mean, there was Barbie and then a whole array of new characters, and the male character was Derek. So they kind of just brought Ken in the next year for the second wave. So he was the guy, and I think also this is the only time that his face was used. I mean, I think Derek was also in the second wave as well. Then there were two male characters, but also then this head mold was used. But I think there were no other dolls released with this head mold, and he looks pretty cool. So his hair is, you know, a little higher than, you know, with any other Ken. He has like two hair colors, so darker and then some lighter like streaks in it, and he looks good. The body is in nice condition. I mean, I have not washed anything. I just came back from the flea market, and I'm very happy about him. At first, well, he's still flaking a little bit, so I definitely have to put the clothing in the washing machine next after I filmed this. At first, the guy wanted, I don't know what he said. He said like something about €8 per doll or something. But then I was like, if I take two, can we make it like 5 per doll, so like 10? Because I know I will not get him lower than that, and he was okay with that. So 10 for those two. Why did I pick up him? Because I was like, I definitely don't have him, and I had the feeling that I wouldn't find much else in terms of Barbie, because I know it's a Sunday. The Saturday, mostly everything is already gone, the good things there, because most vendors don't bring new stuff for the next day. And I was like, okay, I don't pick up Ken that often. He has a complete outfit. It's another fashion pack. This is also from the dinner date fashions. Is it 89 or is it 90 or something? I think this is the complete outfit, but I think I have it. I have to check, but I think I at least have this this jacket. I'm not sure if I have the thing below. I need to check it. But I was like, okay, I don't have this Ken. I mean, his face mold is the new Superstar Ken. So first time used in '88 for a new Superstar Ken. But I don't have him with blonde. I mean, I have a blonde one, but not with the Superstar arms. So I have just one with this face mold with a straight arm, so I knew that I don't have him. I was hoping it might be Winter Sport, why do I always say Winter Sport? Ski Fun, because you know there was also the horse, but no, Ski Fun has even lighter hair, so also blonde but lighter. He is All-American. He's the All-American Ken, or the you know, weekend Ken here in Europe. Recognizable by he has only blue in his eyes, so no green or anything else, and two spots. So, and then blonde, two different blonde colors, but not the super white blonde. So yeah, that's All-American Ken. I don't have him, but I also don't have any of his fashions. I mean, I have quite some of the All-American outfits, so the fashion packs, but those are obviously made for female doll bodies and not for male doll bodies, so I cannot put any of that on him. But let's see what I put on him. So I'm not mad. And I actually also picked up something else from this vendor because I was so intrigued. Yeah. I don't know, I found it so interesting. I didn't even know they made styling hats for my scene. Yeah, this is a styling hat from 2005 from the My Scene line, so from Mattel. I immediately, when I saw all of these, you know, glitzy accessories here, also by the way, you can move the hands, this here, then I was like, oh, that's my bling bling. Also here, earring, etc. The other earring is also somewhere. This one's unfortunately broken. Didn't see that. But I was like, oh, that's my bling bling. Yeah, that is. So I guess it is Barbie, or was she already called Kennedy at that point? I don't know, because like at first the line came out with the characters Madison, etc. And the blonde one was still called Barbie. Well, you know, same as in the Barbie line. But they changed that name later on to Kennedy. Because I don't know, I think they wanted Barbie to still be standalone character or the name, whatever. So I don't know if this is technically Barbie or Kennedy, but yeah, from the My Bling Bling line, she has a lot of the accessories. So she has this glitzy bracelet, this other one, we have this, and this necklace. Both earrings, one was unfortunately broken, which I didn't see. And also what I did not see, I thought both would kind of have the same accessories because I checked it. But the other one also had one of the like hair clips, I think, or hair rubber bands or something, with also one of those glittery things on it. And I thought she had it too, but what was in her hair was a second earring that was just like kind of trapped in the hair or something like that. And so I thought, oh, she also has that. So I should have kind of scavenged more from the other doll, put it on her, and then got her, because the other one was very discolored and had a lot of scribbling on her face. She doesn't have that. I think her lips, this yellow in the middle is not correct. Maybe I can scrub that off. And she has just a little bit of highlighter marks over on her hands here, and these nails are also kind of I think there's real nail polish on it, but maybe I can get that off. Other than that, she's not discolored, her hair is not cut. It's just weird. I don't know why I was so intrigued. Two of them at the same thing, and I had no idea if they are worth something, or I just took them for like being so like, I think she's beautiful because I think by scene are freaking beautiful. I just cannot start collecting them like the real dolls. It's not my era. I don't have any like sentimental like memories or anything of that toy line, but I think they're just very beautiful. The faces, and I like them way more than Brett's actually, though I just have one my scene, but now I have this, so I don't know. I think it would be a funny idea to put her somewhere high upon my not shelves, but I don't know, somewhere in my bedroom actually, and put heads on her to like, but I don't know, maybe I also don't keep her if I don't find a good place. But I was just like, I couldn't leave her. And at first when I asked the price, he was like 20 for one of these heads. I was like, oh no, I absolutely cannot pay that. Told him all the flaws that I could find. So it's like, she's really like, I don't know if because sometimes I'm like pretending I have a child. Like, I don't know if she likes it, blah blah blah, because you know, I don't know, if you start being like, in terms of that they know you are a collector of things, then they will go higher with the prices. I have sometimes the feeling. So it's like, I don't know if she will like it, blah blah. Would you do a little less, blah blah. And then in the end he was like, maybe okay, 10 and 10, and I was like, look, would you take these 15 euro because I had a fiver and a tenner? And he was like, that's okay, you're my first customer today. 15 for all of that, so technically I paid 5 euro per doll. Is that a weird thing to pick up? I guess it is. There were, by the way, there were more styling heads made for my scene for the other characters, for different lines, earlier ones, etc. I have also tried to look up how much they are worth in terms of, you know, how much they sell on eBay, for example. But I haven't found this one. And I also don't find like loose ones. Mostly they sell still in box, and then they can go for pretty high prices. So I mean, from 50 to 100. Some people also try to sell them in the box for like 260 something or so. I don't know if that's necessarily realistic, but I haven't really found much, like many of them selling in a loose condition. So that would be maybe worth maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 or something if I get her back to a good condition. But I figured, okay, for 5 euro I can risk that. I know it's a weird pickup. Another clip without audio, but I mean, you see, I found this huge blanket or like a carpet filled with dinosaurs, and my instinct is always, let's grab through them. Maybe there's Jurassic Park. That's not Jurassic Park. I think that's from the Disney dinosaur movie, but rarely there's Jurassic Park. So mostly it doesn't turn out to be good. But do you see that, JP? That was good. There, I mostly never think I will ever find anything Jurassic Park in these huge dinosaur piles. But there was one. A lot of the other ones also look really cool and all, but you know, I try to only get Jurassic Park ones. And there's another one. This was so good. Both of them I don't have, although I didn't have at that point. So absolutely happy. Still, you never know how much they're charging, but with this, I mean, it's just a crappy pile of dinosaurs. I was really hoping they wouldn't charge like a ton or anything. And I was right. This was just like the case where I had, like he was asking depending on size for the dinosaurs. And I mean, I let you look through them. Maybe you find some others that are cool looking, but I think all the rest was mostly like, you know, random ones from the 80s and 90s. I don't know what that was, a little like pile of tiny figures. I have no idea. Maybe to be eaten by the dinosaurs. I don't know. So good, so good. Both from the first Jurassic Park. Same booth had more boxes there with, you know, dolls and stuff. So I was just quickly going through it, but mostly there's just these porcelain dolls and, you know, older stuff, Mackie or whatever that was. And there's this plushie, like Puffalum or something. I don't know if it's a real one or it's from Gegu or something, but not even the color is cute. I mean, it's this lion. It's definitely 80s, I would say, or 90s, but I was not interested. I don't like these plushies anyways, but yeah, a Dalmatian, not 101 Dalmatian, just a random Dalmatians, but they probably still from the 90s because they were pretty popular during that time. And yeah. It's been a while since I got some dinosaurs at the flea market. Both are original Jurassic Park ones. At first I saw this big pile of like random, all sorts of different dinosaurs laying there. Mostly non-branded ones, so the ones, big ones from, I don't know, the early 90s, late 80s, something like that. Cool to play, but not really for collecting. And most often when I rummage through those piles of, you know, random dinosaurs, there's no Jurassic Park ones in there. This time there were, and at first I just saw this one. So this is the 1993 Velociraptor by Kenner, because, like, you know, Kenner had the license. I don't know if this, how does the feature actually work? I think she's supposed to open the jaw while doing that. Yeah, it's not working that well. But this is the normal, like, you know, first movie Velociraptor. I do have another one, which is the Dino Scream one that you could put batteries in and it would make noises. This one not. So this one is just, you know, has movable limbs and has this feature. But yeah, you can always recognize when it's Jurassic Park that they have JP on it, or for Jurassic World, you know, the newer movies, and like JW. And I was even more happy than when I saw this one. I didn't expect this one, because this one I was like, then, yeah, cool, blah. And then the other ones were all in this size. So I expected, when I just, I don't know, took this one, that is one of the other bigger random dinosaurs. But this is also Jurassic Park. Also first movie, or first toy line, because this dinosaur I don't think is in the movie. So 1993, Kenner. Well, it's a T-Rex. Of course, the T-Rex is also in the first movie, but this is the young T-Rex. So it's there was also released a bigger adult-sized T-Rex in the first toy line. But this is a young T-Rex. There's actually no young T-Rex in the first Jurassic Park movie. There's actually a young T-Rex in the 1997 Lost World, so the second Jurassic Park movie. I don't know why they already made a young T-Rex, but this one would be also younger in the Lost World. But whatever, it has completely this dinosaur real feel, so it is rubbery. It feels so nice. The only hard plastic parts are the little tiny spindly arms and the legs from here on. So from this point, they're hard plastic. The rest is all soft and squishy, and it looks so good. I don't have any of these two yet. Yeah, it has the removable part here, which the thing that you would pop on is always missing. So the dino damage. And I'm so happy. I'm a big, not only Jurassic Park, but I'm a big dinosaur fan in general. I've always been since I was a small child. Not because of Jurassic Park, because I didn't even watch Jurassic Park as a child. I would have been scared to death probably. But I watched, you know, Land Before Time, and then also older dinosaur movies from the 60s, you know, the clay animation stuff. And I had a dinosaur coloring book. That was my very first coloring book. So me and dinosaurs goes way back. But when I was a little older, and I started also watching Jurassic Park movies, and I enjoy them so much. I'm a huge fan. My Jurassic Park collection is rather small because I don't buy it online, but I come across a couple of things here and there, not very often, especially not these ones, because they're actually pretty expensive. Most people know what they are, because I mean, they have the JP on it. But yeah, these two were together €6, so €3 for each of them. Such a good price, because this guy clearly did not know that this is Jurassic Park. I just got it from this pile of other random dinosaurs. That make me really happy. Ja, nee, alles. Mach ich einmal auf. Ja, weil man hier durch das beschlagene Kompass sieht.
Na, will nicht. Jetzt.
Ja. Ganz viele von den kleinen.
Ja, der mit der rosanen Redstone die ganzen Stücke, der hat komplett. Super. Ich spring zurück. Ich treffe mit der 46.
Sind schon hübsch.
Kommt aus hier.
Die sind von Mattel, soweit ich weiß. Die gehören zur Barbie-Reihe.
Ja, aber die kommt aus Japan.
Ach, die spezielle ist hier.
Ja.
Also keine Ahnung. Ah ja.
Meinst du in Hongkong?
Ach so, Sie meinen Japan produziert. Ja, dann ist halt quasi die älteste. Ja, das sind ja quasi.
Aber die sind auf jeden Fall
Okay, was nehmen Sie für die kleinen Fünfer? Das ist zweimal die gleiche, ja, genau, oder? Das sind das sind die gleichen, die sind zwei verschiedene. Können Sie wieder zumachen? Ja. Weil da wäre ich schon mal interessiert. Mal gucken, was wir da hinten noch für große Barbies haben. Kommt man auch gar nicht so gut ran. Komm mal hier ran. Ah, ich sehe schon welche. Warte mal, ich gebe sie. Ja. Nee, die habe ich auch, sehe ich schon.
Da habe ich bei den Kleidern die Nummern gefunden.
Ja.
Aber das war mir dann irgendwann zu mühselig.
Ja. Nee, die habe ich beide.
Die Nummer drauf. Ja. 84 Crystal Barbie.
Genau, das ist Crystal Barbie, das ist Fashion Jeans, die habe ich auch beide und sie habe ich auch. Also gehe mal davon aus, dass ich die nicht unbedingt brauche. Meine hat auch einen gebrochenen Hals. Was nehmen Sie für die Barbies? Schon.
Für die hätte ich gerne 15 mit Klamotten.
Ich glaube, meine Freunde haben die auch. Also ich kenne jetzt, glaube ich, weil wir sind Sammler und dann macht immer keinen Sinn, wenn man eine doppelte kauft. Das ist ja Quatsch, die sind schön, aber...
Und hier habe ich...
Da würde ich auch mal gerne reingucken. Mal kurz. Hier hatte ich jetzt vorne schon kurz geguckt, aber da war jetzt nichts weiter.
Bei manchen habe ich da schon geguckt.
Ja. Da würde ich doch gerne mal durchgucken. Die Handschuhe aus. Zugeschweißt?
Nee. Muschelecke.
Ah. Der Hund. Kann ich ein bisschen, oder hier drauf, mal so Kleinkram. Okay.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. Was darf ich dir einpacken?
Haha.
Ich will nur dein Bestes.
Ich weiß.
Bin wenigstens ehrlich.
Das finde ich schon mal gut. Deshalb unterhalten wir uns weiter. Okay. Was willst du für die Ambulanz? Für das Ambulanzfahrzeug da? Genau.
15.
I think some of them are Petra. I guess those are old Petra fashions.
Was heißt Käferschild?
Guck mal da, so ein Blechschild, aber ein neues. Guck mal da. Da drüben neben den Wimpeln, genau.
Hier.
Ja. Dafür nehme ich 4 Euro für das Schild.
Ich habe neulich erst meine Wanduhr verschenkt. Original.
Jetzt ärgerst du dich.
Ja. Nö, von Herzen. Okay. Nö.
Nicht dabei.
Nee, irgendwie nicht.
Nicht so jung. Erzählen wir, als ich aussehe. Und wir machen einfach.
Barbie and Ken. Here we have the original superstar Ken with his ring, which I didn't even know that he came with a ring, but he has a
Pass auf, wir machen
ghost
30.
face. But he has his outfit. I think the rest is newer. Generation Girl face and Fairytopia movies. Okay, some 90s Kens, but cut hair.
Was soll ich denn sagen? Ja, genau. Ich bin dann damit alleine. Ja, genau.
Oh ja. So, bis jetzt wird das noch nicht umgekehrt.
Also das wird doch nicht passieren.
Oh yeah, there was this guy. I believe this was the same guy that last year in December I bought this lot of 90s Barbies for a really good price, and he told me he also has 60s and 70s and 80s and fashions, etc. But I never saw him at this flea market again. I never saw him again, although he promised he would be there, blah blah blah. But now he was there. I'm pretty sure that's him. But yeah, his prices were too high, and also all of the Barbies he had lined up I did have. It was Crystal Barbie, it was jeans fashion, there was an old 70s or something Petra, then there was a Hispanic Barbie and a skipper. I think it was a Malibu skipper, but yeah, have that. So none of them were interesting, and they were all priced around like 15 to 20 euros. So there's no way I would pick that up, not even for, I mean, even if I would be a reseller, that wouldn't make sense because the prices were too high. Just if I would have needed one of those dolls and I could have negotiated it down. He had a lot of these like smaller, you know, Tootie, Chris, and even Carla. Is the name Carla? I think the name is Carla. Is it? Oh, it's another name. So the black character, which I don't have, but I'm not paying 50 euro for such a small doll at the flea market. He also had the 2D case. I don't think that I filmed this because it was higher up and I was more focusing on the stuff. And then I also filmed the fashions, but also in the fashions there was nothing really super interesting. I guess a couple of pieces that he couldn't identify were old Petra, which I like, but I also don't need it necessarily. So the only things I picked up were these two pamphlets here. Because I do love them. They're both from the 60s, so super early skipper era, you could say. So 63 and 64. And yeah, this is just, I mean, I love the artwork. And it shows you all of the fashions that were available and, you know, the dolls. I mean, look at that. Ah, this is so cute. And I love Skipper. Not necessarily from the early vintage era, but you know, the early vintage era is in general not my absolute favorite, but all these fashions. And here it's so nicely like shown, which actually, because a lot of these first outfits for Skipper were always corresponding to a Barbie outfit. So Barbie had this one and then this was Skipper's. So there was always like they could kind of pair up. There's a ballerina one for Barbie and there was a ballerina one for Skipper. So, this is so adorable. Look at that. So this always is super nice. I have a couple of these older pamphlets. They came with dolls or even with fashions, I think, when you bought them back in the day. And here's more. Also, in this year there was already also Scooter and Ricky. Obviously the fashions for Scooter and Skipper are the same, so they have the same body. So these are so good. A, just for because I love the artwork, and B, also for, you know, memorizing the fashions, identifying stuff, and so also there's a little bit also of the other dolls. So this was definitely the time already when, like, when they had the bendable legs already. So I guess this is one of the American Girl Barbies here. I mean, they were not called American Girl, but yeah. So these two pamphlets, also these were not super cheap. He wanted €5 per piece actually. But I asked if he would make 8 for the two of them, so it's then €4 a piece, and he went with that. So, but this is really something that I want to have, and I'm okay with paying that. I mean, I have bought some of these online, then I got them, I really bought them in auction. I remember that I just paid like €1-2 online for them, so they are not really thought after. That makes me see they're not really thought after. But then of course I had to pay shipping, which is also not super high because it just came in an envelope. But here I don't have any shipping, so, and I really like to have those. And then also you saw that on the bottom there were also some more Ken dolls and some more modern Barbies. But yeah, as I know his prices, I don't. And the superstar Ken had such a horribly discolored face. So even if he would have been just, I don't know what, I don't want to have him. So I left all of those. Although the horse-loving Ken was kind of intriguing. So there was an inside part to this flea market this day, kind of marketed as a little bit of a separately held toy show, but it was mostly like, you know, model trains and model cars and stuff like that. I mean, you saw a couple of Rainbow Highs, way overpriced and stuff, some miniature stuff, but not really worth it. But last year at this point I found a huge lot of 90s Barbies, so you never know. That's why I went in there. It cost a little bit of extra money. I mean, the flea market itself is free, so it just had like a couple of euros to go in there. I could have, you know, not gone in there. I wouldn't have missed anything, but you never know. But you can see, I mean, I don't know, cute carousel moving there, some miniatures, probably all for, you know, your model train environments. There was this one lady that a couple of years ago I found sometimes action figures or Polly Pockets or Barbie stuff, etc. But she hasn't had anything like as of lately, so there I was rummaging through her action figures. There was nothing really that I was into. This is like Peter Pan, or there's like McDonald's ones and other stuff that I don't know what it is. So nothing of interest for me. But I mean, she had He-Man, etc. before, so it makes sense to look through the stuff. But what she mostly has is like you know, Monchichi, and so you see it there. She had again a lot of Monchichi there, some cute ones. I mean, they're all cute, but you know, some tiny ones, or these Nyami, which, I mean, Nyami, I always forget how it's called. They're not Monchichi, but they're similar. They are meant to be cats, so they are Nyami, I think Nyami. But I mean, not my colors, you know, and I'm not really collecting. Do you see at the side there? They still had the big Sailor Moon, the life-size Sailor Moon. I don't even want to say doll, it's more like a big figure. She hadn't sold it in a year, so yeah. ETs, QPs. So she brings toys, Smurfs, but not the kind that I want. So I haven't bought anything from her in over a year, I think. Longer than a year, 2 years maybe. So I didn't find anything on the inside part. So back to the outside. I don't really like Cabbage Patch, but this is an interesting one. Babyland collection, I don't know what that means. It's from 1992 when Hasbro did them. I might ask for it. That might be maybe the only Cabbage Patch thing I want to have. By the way, I forgot to film it. But I just bought this super adorable sweater. It's a children's size. But I mean, oh my goodness, I always was hoping to find one of those, and now I have one. Got it for €3. I think the sleeves will be a little too short on me, but I just might, sew something on it to make it shorter. And by the way, I could not buy couldn't buy the Cabbage Patch thingy because it was €10. Sorry, it's like I don't understand sellers who put stuff in these grab boxes that are clearly not on the table, that are under the table for being like cheap children's stuff. And then they still charge, I don't know what, collector's prices, I have no idea. If that's even a valuable one or whatever, it was just nice pastel. And I thought like, might just give it a go for like this, my one and only Cabbage Patch item, but no. No, I would have maybe bought it for €3. Yeah, no, that Cabbage Patch doll did not come home with me. But instead, and I forgot to film that is like the typical me, because I was talking so much to the seller of this. It was a lady, and she did not specialize in vintage clothing or anything. She just had this laying on one of the boxes there, and I think she was one of those sellers who had like self-crocheted little plushies. That was her main thing that she was selling, and that she had some other stuff around her, some household items and the sweater. And I've always wanted to find one of those. I mean, I know them from people in the US going thrifting, or also the people who collect all of this cutesy vintage stuff, because these are definitely like late 80s, early 90s, and they are knitted, and you see that there's even glitter inside, and they are pastel and cutesy. There's some that have Dalmatians on it, or this one has cats, etc. So I've always wanted to find one, but it's actually, I was like, they were just made in the US and sold there, right? I mean, I would not stumble upon them on the German flea market. Why would I? But well, I found this. I paid, by the way, €3. It's a children's size, but I checked the label. So I checked the brand. The brand is called Heartworks. So like not hard, but heart, like Heartworks. And this is a US brand, and it's actually, when I check online, you only find it from the US. It seems this brand has only made children's clothing. So, but a lot of these cutesy like vintage sweaters in pastel colors with cute animals, with bears, or also Christmas and all of that. Also some in darker colors or in primary colors, and like I don't know, how did this end up here? Someone must have brought this from the US. Well, as I said, it's a children's size. It says medium or 10 to 12, so 10 to 12 years. I fit in it, but the sleeves are way too short. I mean, it's like, and I don't like having short sleeves. So I will think of something, because I'm not really able to knit, and I wouldn't like put another fabric on here, but maybe my mom can knit just a tiny like a hand warmer or something that I can then like attach with just a hand sewing stitch to this one, and then it would have another like cuff. Then it would be okay, because I want to wear this. This is not just a collectible item. I mean, but oh my god, I cannot believe this. It has stains on it. I don't know if I will get that out. I really hope, but even if not, where is it actually? Here. Definitely here. And then also the sleeves are pretty disgusting, like the bottoms here, and I saw like a couple more stains. I don't know where I found them. I definitely have to put that in the washing machine, put some Gallseife, so some specific soap on these stains, and hope they get out. That would be absolutely amazing, but even if not, they're not super noticeable because it's a colorful sweater. Then you don't see it like if it's just a plain one. But I can't believe it. I mean, is that the best find of the day? I don't know. I'm debating between the Derek, the sweater, and this T-Rex. What a mix-up! Ah yeah, I'm walking over to this like table full of dolls, you know, Dollapalooza or whatever, but not the type of dolls that I like. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who are into all of these dolls. I mean, that's not even just one type of doll. There's like, you know, baby dolls, older dolls, I don't know, weird dolls, then these, you know, country-specific dolls that have, you know, traditional clothing on of different countries, and I don't know. There's something in the package, a miniature baby doll. I was just trying to find out if this is something from a company, you know, it's from Tough Creation, so from the same company that makes Baby Born. But I mean, I was already 100% sure there wouldn't be any doll in there that I like, but you never know. Maybe there's Lee Noah, Cherry Mary Muffin in between or something like that. But it wasn't. And one last hope, a box of teddy bears, but nope. Yeah, there you can see at least a little bit of the flea market itself. It's a very huge, you know, area, so it never looks crowded. But it's like you walk a lot on this flea market. It's just very far apart, everything. This is a fun booth. Started that I saw these like you know, miniature things. There's some trolls in there and some other little figures. With this mini troll, I was at first like, might that be one that comes from the troll Barbie? But no. They were just general miniature trolls. Not everything that's miniature troll is from a troll Barbie, but that's where my brain goes. And to the right, then I noticed, oh, there's actually tons of action figures laying. Can you see that? Yep, there it starts. So there's definitely like Ghostbusters. I think I spotted some. Yeah, this is Ghostbusters, but I spotted some. There's definitely also some He-Man and some wrestlers and some Marvel and DC characters. So that's quite a lot. So I like recognize some of the toy lines. Some of them I don't. Like, I have no idea what that is. That's why I'm holding it. It looks interesting. Looks pretty, like, you know, older than the 80s, or maybe it isn't. You know, one of those 5.5 muscular, you know, He-Man type of guys. This is from Captain Planet. I really like this one. It glows in the dark. I was contemplating if I should get it or not. This is one of the big LJN wrestlers, so the first wrestling figures that were made. This is that, I think it's also Ghostbusters, you know. I was first thinking, is it Beetlejuice? But no, Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters, some of them look very similar, the weird action figures. I'm interested in this one. I know she is from Ghostbusters, so great camera work, you can't even see her. And I'm trying to find out how she works, because she's one of the Fright Features ones.
Oh, yeah,
and I was trying also to find out with the seller afterwards, but yeah, she's not working, unfortunately. Some weird guys there, I don't know. This might be from Gargoyles from the 90s. They're always missing the wings. But they're just cool with the wings. So I don't have any of them. I also think the guy with the trash can could also be Ghostbusters. But yeah, lots of action figures, and I'm interested. Yeah, you saw that there were a lot of like action figures spread out on his table on this vendor, and I'm pretty sure this is the same guy that I got the Barbie. Wait, it is back here. Tablecloth. That's the same vendor. Yes, I know everybody, and your mom told me in the comments that this is not gift wrapping paper, that this is a like birthday tablecloth. I had no idea whatsoever. That's the same guy. He brings stuff from the US. On this other side, I don't think I filmed that he had a lot of trading cards, but not super interesting ones, like of course from older, like from the 90s or 80s or something, but more like from movies. So I don't know, wasn't really, I did not even film this. So the action figures were more interesting, and yeah, I picked some up. I was really debating. I thought I would like to have some action figures today. His prices were fine because like he was like, oh, some are 8, some are 5, some are less, blah blah blah, something like that. And he had a lot of different stuff. There were a lot of Ghostbusters. There were like, I'm not sure, there were also Marvel characters, DC characters. Then there was Captain Planet, not Captain Planet himself, but I think the villain. There were some that I couldn't identify. So there was a good variety of 80s, 90s toy lines. And I bought this Fright Features Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters character that I have already forgotten the name again, because I'm actually not a Ghostbusters person, seriously. I mean, this is the woman, this is the female character. What is her name? Janine Melnitz. Is that how she's pronounced? I know that she's the secretary and also is a little bit of a Ghostbuster girly herself. But that's all I kind of know. I think this look is definitely based on the cartoon version, obviously, because all of the toy lines, so this toy line is from Kenner from 88, I think. So she's definitely from 1988. I think the whole toy line was started in 88. So she, with these glasses and with this kind of hairstyle, that's how she looked in the real Ghostbusters cartoon show. And she's from the Fright Features lineup. Well, the Fright Features lineup is from 88. The Ghostbusters, the toy line, I think was started in 86, if I'm not mistaken, or I think so. But her Fright Feature is not really working. That's why I got her very cheap, actually, because actually you would squish her arm, but I think it's either this or this. I don't know which side, and then so it's like you have her in the hand and you do squeeze her together, and then her, like here, this flops up, and also ta-da! The eyes come out and the mouth drops. So the jaw drops, the eyes and the glasses, and then whoop, ta-da! Oh, so as she is fried, but it doesn't work. So you can leave it like this, but this will never stay up, and you also cannot trigger the mechanism anymore with her like with her arms or anything. But I think she still looks so cool because like she has these big earrings, these cool glasses. She's wearing pink, and here she's got the real Ghostbusters logo on it. And technically, I mean, price wise, I mean, I bought 3 action figures, and I got them all for €12 together, because at first he wanted her, I wanted €8 for her, but then we found out she's not working at all. So he was like, okay, then definitely gonna get down with the price. And then I was also interested in these two. And these are from the DC Superpowers toy line, also by Kenner, a little earlier than the Ghostbusters. Those are more from like, 84, 85. So actually kind of the follow-up toy line to Kenner's Star Wars line. Super successful and all of that, but of course when Star Wars ended in 83 with, like back then, with Return of the Jedi, they didn't have a good follow-up, so they secured the rights for the DC Comics and brought out the DC Superpowers. I think on the Marvel side a little later Toy Biz took the license, and that was a little bit of a battle then. They have a little bit more articulation than the normal like Star Wars figures, so they added a knee joint. So this is the main thing. Other than that, it's still, head swivel, then 1, then 2, 3. So it's 5 points, but actually it's 2 points more. So a little more articulation. And these have also action features that Kenner Star Wars did not have. So there was nothing that popped out or a power punch or something like that. They added it with these, but also those are not working. It's technically, you would, I think, squish the legs together, and both of them would kind of do they would move the arms. I can see that when I do this, now you cannot even see that it does something with the arms, a little bit like, so it's just, I think, broken. I mean, they are from 84 and 85, they are old. They also are not in the best condition, so this guy also had it. I think he was doing it with this So I think here it would be this arm that would be, I don't know, doing a punch or something like that. So none of the action features work, but I'm okay with that. With these, I didn't even know they had action features when I bought them. With her, I absolutely knew because I could see she's one of the Fright features ones. But with these ones, I didn't even know. They are both DC superpowers. And am I a big DC fan? No, absolutely not. So if you not even know what DC is, well, it's comics. So there's always the eternal battle, you could say, between, you know, Marvel comics and DC. So DC has, you know, Superman, has Batman, and I don't know, Green Lantern or whatever characters, and Marvel has Spider-Man and Iron Man and Captain America, etc. So I am a Marvel person. I don't really, I don't know, I don't connect with any DC characters, Aquaman whatsoever, Wonder Woman maybe, but also I don't know. I like the Marvel ones better because, you know, probably because, you know, the MCU. I just got more familiar with those characters. And for example, Batman is really not my thing. That's why I've also never picked up any Batman characters at flea markets, although I do sometimes find them. In the 90s, for example, this Batman series, I think also still by Kenner. But I don't know, they're black but these are very colorful. And I do like the look of the DC superpowers because they're very colorful, they're very simple action figures. But they have like bold colors and they are crazy cool looking. So that's why I chose these two guys, because they are, you know, neon green and pink and all of that. So these together, although they're not even from the same line, but they look quite good together color-wise. So I thought, oh, these might look very good on my shelf. I don't have any Ghostbusters except for one teeny tiny little ghost that came in one of those ectoplasm tubes. So the first kind of thing that I picked up from Ghostbusters, and it's one that just looks good on my shelf. It's a female character, it's pink. And then I bought these two because, you know, they're the colorful green guys. This one's called Martian Manhunter. He is from 85, I think. And this one is Lex Luthor, and he is from 1 year before, 84. So I cannot tell you anything about those characters in general, story-wise or something, but I just like the look. So they are cool action figures. They go on my shelf with, you know, in the colorful, on the colorful shelf. And yeah, he's missing the cape, definitely. He had a cloth cape. I'm not sure. He had a removable shoulder plate or something, but he definitely had a blue cloth cape. But I don't know, maybe I cut a little bit of fabric and put it around him. I think honestly that was it. I'm not sure if I filmed more. Well, I filmed more, but I didn't buy it. Still wanna show it to you because the owner of Toybox. Toybox is a toy store in Berlin. He is also part of the Comic Messe Berlin, and he also sells, for example, at Toyplosion, blah blah. We know each other we know us for a couple of years because I used to come to his store more often. I should actually go there and have a look again. I used to film there, blah blah. So but he already in the beginning of the day, when he hadn't packed out anything today, he said like, oh, yesterday I actually found something very cool here at the flea market. Well, it turns out he hasn't really found it. It was more or less brought to him, but he said it is a My Little Pony clock or watch. I don't know, he just, in German it's the same word, so Uhr. I didn't know if it would be a wall clock or a wristwatch. He just said Uhr. I want to show it to you later on, and I was already like, he probably is not gonna sell it to me for cheap, so I didn't have high hopes that he would sell it to me anyways. But I at least wanted to look at it. So at the very end, before I went home, I went to his table again, and yeah, that's what he showed me.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, Batman. Was das war das ein Privatverkäufer oder war das auch ein Händler? War das ein Privatverkäufer hier oder war das auch ein Händler? Wer hat denn sowas noch heutzutage? Sehr cool. Die ist schon. Wow.
Der Baum ist Göbel.
Hammer, wa?
Und hast du aber verkauft zum Weiterverkaufen,
Ja,
oder?
klar.
Ja. Keine Ahnung, was willst du dafür haben?
150.
Ja, nee, ist nicht mein Preis.
Ist das auch noch vom Stöbel?
150. Nope. He found it yesterday here also at the flea market. Nee, kann ich halt nicht bezahlen, ne? Weil,
Nein, du, alles gut.
aber super toll, das ist geil.
Dir gezeigt,
Ja,
alles gut.
ja.
Ja? Aber wo kriegst du denn sowas noch?
Ja, weiß ich nicht,
Also,
deswegen. Aber du hast hier gefunden, ja?
Ja,
Nicht schlecht.
gestern.
Gestern war ich in Hannover auf einer Barbie-Convention, konnte ich leider nicht her.
Aber es wurde mir auch mehr oder weniger mitgebracht.
Ah ja, okay. Ah, that's an amazing piece. And I don't know if my camera picked it up. He had more, not pony, but other toy lines. He had a Mighty Max one. He had a Batman one. He had, oh my goodness, there was another toy line. Ghostbusters? I think Ghostbusters or something. He had multiples of those watches, wrist watches, and oh my goodness, the My Little Pony one. That's with the birthday pony for the 10th anniversary of My Little Pony back in 1992. This would have been a piece. Oh my goodness, but I'm not paying 150 for something like that. That I wouldn't even pay that online, let alone at the flea market. So it's fine. He has found it. Someone gave it to him for apparently still not a cheap price, but a good price, so he can resell it. And I mean, it's his business. He can do that. It was just nice to see that. Is it worth that much? I cannot tell. I haven't even checked those online. Maybe I would guess. I don't want to even pay 100 for this, honestly, because I don't even really know where to put it. I would be much more happy with a pony in general, a pony that I can brush and another pony watch. But it's a very, very interesting piece. But I think that was the last thing that I filmed. So I hope you enjoyed this, because obviously I didn't buy it. I hope you enjoyed this, seeing me picking up weird my scene styling ads and some Kens or Derek and Ken and some dinosaurs, Jurassic Park, and some colorful action figures. So not a very Barbie or pony heavy or something that I would hope to find, but still a very cool haul, because like maybe my favorite piece is actually this. So if you enjoyed this, don't forget you can give this video a thumbs up, comment anything you want in the comments down below, and if you're not subscribed, maybe you want to do that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you real soon, and may the toys be with you. Bye!